We all have that one NBA player in our head that is only one season away from becoming a breakout star. I'm talking all NBA, all-star games, MVP trophies, shit, maybe even an NBA championship. But like I said, they are only one season away from that. And those kind of guys, those players who are in that kind of genre, you need to buy stock in before the season actually starts. Now, obviously, I'm talking about like metaphoric stock. This isn't like an actual like financial advice video. I don't know why. I just felt like clarifying that. But anyways, there are certain guys around the league that you guys and myself need to buy stock in before the actual season starts. So that's what this video is about. It is going to be my picks on players who I believe are going to have a great season this year. Not to say that their team is going to be good by any means, but their individual statistics and player growth is going to go off the charts this year. Before we get into this though, as you guys watch this video, I want you to think about your players that you want to buy stock in this season. I love hearing what you guys think. I read and respond to everybody down in the comments below. So go ahead and drop it down there when you have your list ready, because hey, maybe I do a video at the end of the season going over some of the guys in the comments and you can predict what happened. That being said, let's just hop right into it. I'm going to start off with kind of a homer pick. As you guys know, if it's not obvious by my literal channel name, I am a Kings fan, okay? Grew up in Sacramento, live in Sacramento. This is my city. So obviously, I am going to say the player that I think is going to have a huge jump. Listen, I've been holding stock in this guy for quite some time. It is Keegan Murray. And if you somehow don't know who Keegan Murray is, let me give you guys some goosebumps real quick. Go ahead and play the clip.
His role and his margin for he's really went through the rough spot of his season, which was November, where
yeah, I said that this is my city. No, this is Keegan Murray's city. And I genuinely feel like this upcoming year is going to be the Keegan Murray season in Sacramento. He's been a guy that every single Sacramento Kings fan has kind of been high on in the first place. He always shows flashes, whether it's in Summer League or early in the season or in the season. I think it was preseason last year or the year before. At this point, I get him so mixed up, where he scored like 43 points in the California Classic. Some absurd number, which obviously that was California Classic. Like, relax, okay? Don't overreact too much about it. But then he goes into the regular season and damn near breaks the record for most three-pointers made in a single game. And that is something that you can't just shrug off. That is real comp. That is real stuff here. You can't just say, oh yeah, whatever, because Keegan Murray is an elite three-point shooter. This is a huge part of his game. When he first kind of got to the team, it was, okay, we're going to put you out on the edge. You're going to just hit corner threes all day. And then he was able to kind of expand his game into the following years and whatsoever. But I will say, the only thing that has stopped him so far from having that crazy breakout year that I'm expecting is three different things, really. The first one being he was kind of positioned as more of a defensive player after a year or two. I think it was Mike Brown who was really like, hey man, we have no defense on this team, like literally nothing at all, and you are the only guy that is actually capable of defending guys. So Keegan Murray would always be on the best player. Keegan Murray would always be carrying the load defensively, which would really lead to him having no legs under him by the time the offense came around. So you did kind of see a dip in that scoring or in that efficiency, whatever it is. So I think that's one thing that maybe he's getting used to, or maybe he's going to have a different role, because one of the other things that he went through this last season was your teammate getting traded, De'Aaron Fox. All of a sudden, your star player, your vet, honestly, he was like Keegan Murray's best friend, gone off the team, traded to San Antonio. And guess what? Oh wait, that one's down. And guess what? Your head coach fired. Boom, he's gone. So it was just a really rocky season in the first place. No one knew what the fuck was going on in Sacramento. So I'm hoping that a season that is just steady, stable, not saying the Kings are going to be good by any means, because God knows they won't. Steady season, everything. You know what you're going to do. You go in the gym, you do your routine, whatever. You don't need to look over your shoulder. Okay, is Scott Perry going to trade me? No, you're fine. Just play the game. So yeah, I'd probably say most of my stock is in your boy Keegan Murray. Lock it in. Go ahead, buy your stock now if you want to. Get it while it's hot. But the next guy on my list is actually a guy that I have some history with on this channel. It is Scoot Henderson of the Portland Trailblazers. Listen, back in the 2023 draft, right? That was the Wemby draft. I was ecstatic on this man. I was so goddamn excited. I was sitting here saying, hey, there's a chance that he's the rookie of the year over Wembanyama. Like, I dead ass thought that that was a possibility. And then you kind of saw Scoot play, and it was clear that his game was having a hard time transitioning to the NBA level. And I made a video about that where I basically clickbait saying that he's a bust, even though in the video I didn't call him a bust at all. But that video did really good, and people thought I was hating. But anyways, this season I am buying stock in Scoot Henderson going into the year. I think the Portland Trailblazers are going to be a good team just in general, and I expect a Scoot Henderson leap to be a big part of that as well. I think having the teammate of Drew Holiday is huge. I think just overall, a guy with Scoot Henderson's build and the style of play, which is like a smaller athletic guard, you just need time to adjust to the NBA. It is one of those things. I remember making this point in a previous video, but De'Aaron Fox had the same problem. It's a common issue with that kind of build, that kind of player. And so I think now that he's had a couple of years under his belt, now he has a good team around him. I think this is like the primed moment where it's like, hey, Scoot, let's see if you can do it. Like, let's see if you have what it takes to make that big leap. And so, yeah, I'm going Scoot Henderson as the second player who I'm investing in. Go ahead, get your stock. You guys do it. Okay, awesome. Moving on. Next up is Coby White of the Chicago Bulls. This pick is so funny because it is just purely off of vibes. The Chicago Bulls are going to be a terrible team, and I am just hoping, if anything, that Coby White is going to get the ball more. He is going to be able to play offense more. He's going to be able to shine more. And there is a chance, I'm being so serious, where we see Coby White be an all-star in the Eastern Conference. I think part of that is because the East is very just weird right now with all the injuries and everything happening. But also, his team fucking sucks ass. Get him the ball, let him drop 30 a game, and he's an all-star. Not to mention, we've seen steady improvement in his game in general as the years go on. I think it's time we see a Coby White jump. This next one, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, is a little bit different because I'm not investing in a player, okay? I'm not buying stock in a player. I am buying stock in a team. I can't believe I'm saying this. I am buying stock in... Oh, man. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting sick. I'm buying stock in the Golden State Warriors. Oh, God. Fuck. Oh, God. That was fucking horrible. I don't think I can make it through this segment. Yes, I'm buying stock in the Golden State Warriors, and I only say this because, okay, obviously they haven't made any free agency moves so far. That's been like the laughing stock of the league, is that they have failed to do literally anything to improve their team. If anything, they just lost guys. Like Moody is gone. Or sorry, Kevon Looney, not Moody. But there is something about the duo of Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. I can't. I tried doubting it when the move first happened. I tried saying, you know, Jimmy Butler is way too old. You're giving him way too much money. And they did good. They made it to the second round. Second round after a mid-season trade. Barely any time to play together. Going through injuries. Obviously, every team is injured in the playoffs. I don't care. But it's like every time I doubt them, they prove me wrong, and they somehow win, and maybe they don't become, you know, the #1 seed in the West, but they're going to do good come the postseason. So at this point, I've given up doubting. I give up doubting, and I am now investing in the team. Maybe some reverse psychology shit's gonna go down, and they're gonna just tank their stock, and they're gonna be dog shit. Let's hope that happens. But I can't. So yes, Golden State Warriors, mainly the Jimmy and Steph combo. I'm investing in you guys, okay? There you go. Because I did a Western Conference team, I might as well go ahead and get my Eastern Conference pick as well. I'm going with the Washington Wizards. I've been very vocal about this on my channel. I love everything that they're doing. I think their team is young. I think their team is fun. They might not be the most successful team this year, but I also think that they are one of those like Detroit Pistons type teams. Not necessarily when it comes to game, like play style or anything like that, but in the sense that I think one year they're going to be bad and we're all going to laugh at them and say, oh, look at them, they're so terrible. And the next one, they're just going to be winners all of a sudden. Like out of nowhere, everyone's going to jump and make a big leap. Yeah, I think AJ Johnson, I cannot believe the Milwaukee Bucks traded him for Kyle Kuzma. Blows my mind. What are we doing? I love everything about the Washington Wizards. They're my pick in the Eastern Conference. I've had some stock in them for quite some time now. I think it's about time that starts growing and it pays off. And finally, I have Davion Mitchell of the Miami Heat. This one is kind of a weird, like fun pick for me. I love Davion since he was drafted in Sacramento. Like I always thought he was a really good player, just a defensive god. His nickname is Off Night, for God's sakes. One of the hardest working players that I feel like I've seen, at least on the Sacramento Kings. And now that he's in Miami, from the small sample size that we've seen from him there, I think that franchise fits him perfectly. Not only does he love the Instagram models there and the nice warm weather and beaches, but the Miami Heat organization, the whole, you know, what is it, Miami culture thing is literally Davion Mitchell, like from front to back. That's why he re-signed there. That's why he's going to be there for a long time. I don't think he's going to necessarily jump off the walls, like all of a sudden become like a 20-point per game scorer, but I am going to invest in him because I love his game. I think it's awesome. I think he's just a great player. So that is my list. Once again, I want to hear what your guys' stock purchases are going to be going into next year. Let me know everything down in the comments below. I read and respond to everybody. And while you're down there, if you want to hit the like and subscribe button, that would help out the channel a ton. And yeah, I just can't wait for the next NBA season. I will see you guys all in the next one. Later.